My name is Callie Sander, and this is my audience. Say a complete stranger is coming into your house. You do not know their intentions, and your loved ones' lives could be at risk. Would you do anything in your power to protect yourself and your family? A majority of people would agree that they would do anything to defend themselves in this scenario. When someone enters your home, your dog does not know if they are friend or foe. All they process is that a stranger has walked into their territory. Today, I'm going to persuade my audience to understand that executing a dog because of biting somebody is both unethical and irrational. Of course, I'm going to be rational. The very few cases when a dog kills a human, it is understandable to put the dog to sleep. I will cover a few main points taken from an article by Stian Karlsen. The first point being that dog bites can often be justified for numerous reasons. The second point being that humans need to understand that it is very irrational to hold a dog to the same moral codes as a human. Relating to the first point, I will list numerous reasons a dog bite can be justified. Reason 1, the dog may be defending something, perhaps her puppies or her owner. In the above analogy used at the beginning of my speech, you can now better understand why a dog would be aggressive when a stranger enters its territory. Reason 2, the dog could be in pain. When a dog is in pain, just like humans, they will not want to be touched. Reason 3, the dog may have been provoked. When a dog is teased or annoyed, they are more likely to act aggressive. There is only so many times you can pull a dog's tail before they will finally have enough and lash out. Reason number 4, bad owners equal bad dogs. Animal abuse is very much a real thing. When a dog is raised in a hateful environment, that is all they know. One cannot be surprised when a dog is aggressive and standoffish when he or she is brought from an abusive environment. Reason number 5, according to Dr. Lillian Reisner, dogs do not bite out of the blue. They give warning signs and cues such as growling, raising lip, barking, such as saying, "Leave me alone." It is very often that people tend to ignore these cues. Some additional warning signs of a dog who is nervous or in distress consist of flickering of the tongue, lifting a front leg, lowering the head and/or body, rolling onto his back, or urinating. It is very important that people understand the body language of these animals so we can later prevent any future dog bites. According to Mary Randolph, J.D., there are nearly 90 million pet dogs in the United States and typically around 4.5 million bites every year. The second point being that humans need to understand that it is very irrational to hold an animal to the same moral codes as a human. A dog's mind is equivalent to that of a 2-year-old. Dogs should not be upheld to that of human standards. There are many cases of dogs who have bitten that have been completely rehabilitated. Dogs who are put on death row are often put there because of empty accusations. There is no need for any evidence. The justice system for dog death row seems to be more immoral than that of humans. Humans encounter a trial. It is rare that a dog gets even that. An article posted on Psychology Today by Dr. Jessica Pierce documents an instance in 2015 Colorado Springs where 2 dogs were taken by animal control for being accused of killing the neighbor's cat. There was no evidence that the dogs had anything to do with the murder of the cat. There were even multiple people who said the dogs were very kind, nonviolent animals. A trial was held for 4 months and the dogs were found not guilty, and the owners were awarded $11,000 worth of compensation. These 2 dogs were locked up in a shelter for 4 months before they were freed. If it was not for the owner being so persistent for a trial, the dogs would have been euthanized. I myself have a personal experience I can share about the irrational people and when it comes to dog bites. A few years ago, my little cousin, who was 11 at the time, was bitten in the face by my little terrier. She was warned countless times to not try to pick up the dog and stay out of his face. She did not listen, and when she attempted to pick him up, he bit her in the lip, leaving a cut along her top lip. We went to the hospital, and they questioned my cousin and her mother multiple times if they thought my dog was a danger to society. They stated many times that it was my cousin's fault for disobeying and getting in the dog's face, but the officials at the hospital pressed to push charges against my dog. The cut was minor. She did not even need stitches. They eventually had enough and got up and left the hospital because they were done with all of the false accusations. As recently stated, it is very important to know and recognize the signs. Now I will show you a chart similar to the one from a website called Dog Training World that shows you when it is okay to approach a dog and when to stay away based on their body language. From bottom being when the dog is most relaxed and comfortable to top when the dog is nervous and likely to bite. Now this is like a stop and go chart. Green meaning go ahead and approach the animal, yellow meaning approach with caution, and red being do not attempt to approach the dog. In the green portion, when it is okay to approach, those consist of yawning, blinking, tail wagging, turning head away, and turning body away. Approach with caution consists of lying down, tail tucked under, and walking away. Do not attempt to approach if the dog is staring, growling, snapping, or biting. An interesting fact I found during my research on CaesarsWay.com was a popular notion that pit bulls and larger dogs are the most aggressive is actually very false. Smaller dog breeds tend to be much more aggressive than larger dog breeds, but of course they all have the capability of biting. Big or small, the warning signs are the same for every breed. It is critical to be very aware when around a strange dog or any animal for that matter. You do not want to put yourself or the animal in a situation that may harm either of you. Retracing back to my main points on why euthanizing a dog for biting is unlawful, one being that dog bites can be justified for numerous reasons. Those reasons being the dog defending something such as his owner, the animal is hurt or has been provoked, or maybe the animal was raised in an abusive environment. Two being that a dog has the mind of a 2-year-old and should not be held to the same moral codes as humans. Killing a dog for lashing out would be like putting a 2-year-old child on death row for pushing their friend down a flight of stairs. The 2-year-old subconscious does not understand the severity of his or her actions. During this speech, I encourage you to be against euthanizing dogs for lashing out. After all, dogs are man's best friend. Does anyone have any questions? No, that concludes my speech.